Now we're going? Okay. Hi. So I'm Nikki. This is Eve.
Hello, everyone.
These are my armpits. They're sweaty, and we're going to fix that. Eve's going to tell you a little bit more about Botox for excessive underarm sweating. If you have questions, please feel free to comment during this feed, and we will answer them as they come in.
So I'm going to be doing a treatment today with Botox under the arms. The way Botox works is I'm going to inject it. She's not going to have any issues today, and in the next couple of days she's going to start to see results. So what we're treating today is called hyperhidrosis, which is called excess, which is basically means excess sweating in the underarm areas. And just a fun fact for everyone, there are over 4 million sweat glands in the body. So getting rid of these doesn't mean you're not going to sweat anywhere else. It's just this area that we're going to treat. So today we're going to be using Botox. So we're going to be using 100 units of Botox that I'm going to split into 2 different syringes, and we're going to do 50 units in each axilla, which is also the armpit. 50 units does not mean 50 injections. A lot of people think that. It just means the units, and that's sort of the active ingredient. So I'm going to inject it. She's going to start to see results in about 2 to 4 days, full results at 2 weeks, and her long-lasting results will be up to 6 months, so it's really impressive. Studies have shown it's about 90% reduction with sweating. So we're going to get started. If anyone has any questions or wants to ask anything as we go, please feel free. I'm going to have her lay back. I'm going to clean up the area with water first, and then we're going to alcohol and mark. So the key for today is that she can't do any exercise, like with any Botox treatment. We want it to stay exactly where we treat it. So no exercise today, no heavy lifting or anything where she's going to get sweaty. Obviously, if you're going to do Botox, she can't be pregnant or breastfeeding because that's super important. I usually recommend no ibuprofen, Motrin, Aleve, or aspirin a couple days before because it increases the risk of bleeding or bruising. In this area, not as big of a deal, but if you're doing Botox in other areas, a little bit more of a concern. So as you can see, this is the alcohol.
I shaved yesterday because alcohol on freshly shaved underarms burns.
Exactly. So this is just the alcohol. We can kind of see the way the sweat glands are distributed along the hairline. So I'm going to mark it out just to kind of show you. And then we'll be doing multiple little injections. We've done this before with Nikki, so she knows what to expect. She's never really uncomfortable, doesn't really complain. Some people would do numbing. I don't do that. I think it's very quick and relatively painless. It's a very tiny needle, and people tolerate it very well. Now I'm going to mark it off, so we've cleaned it all, and I've cleaned this off too. So this is sort of the area we're going to be treating, and you can see this is sort of falls in line with where her hair is, and that's where she sweats. So I've already mixed up the Botox, and so now I have 2 syringes with 50 units in each one, and we're going to get started. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Super easy. So I'm just going to feel a little bit. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. How you doing?
Don't even feel it.
Good. Good. So again, she is going to start to see results in about 2 to 4 days. Every body is different of how you process it. But generally, in about a week, I always say about 80% results you will see, 2 weeks for the final results. And again, this lasts a lot longer than facial Botox. This will last up to 6 months. So the way it works is it takes care of it regulates the nerves of these apocrine glands so that they don't produce sweat in this area, or decrease the amount rather. How you doing?
I'm doing great. A couple of them feel a little bit pinchy,
A little stingy.
But you know what a big baby I usually am. And
She's good. She's tough.
I'm a baby.
Good. Almost done.
All right.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there.
And I always like to ask if you feel like one area is more sweaty than another, because generally people that sweat a lot know sort of their areas that bother them more than not. This is a great thing to do in the summer just because it's super hot. It takes away sort of like any silk shirts that you're wearing that you often get sort of those sweat marks on. It helps with all of that. People even do it in the winter too because again, you're layered up more and it doesn't stop the sweating if you don't do the Botox. Okay, so we're done on this side.
All right.
Done. Perfect. And you can see, it doesn't look like anything. She's just got little tiny marks. See the area I did? I'm going to wipe off her white marks, but in the meantime, I'm going to have her put this 4x4, bend her arm down, and she's just going to hold a little pressure there. So we're going to go to the other side, do the same thing. And and everyone's gonna be jealous of Nikki in about a week. We're all gonna be sweating at 100-degree temperatures, and Nikki is gonna be cool as a cucumber.
Dry as can be.
Right, Nikki is going to be fabulous, non-sweaty.
One of the best things I ever did was doing this before my wedding.
That's
I got married outside in South Carolina in the middle of May. It was pretty toasty. The entire thing was outside. I was completely dry all night, hugging
That's
people,
amazing.
dancing. Didn't sweat, didn't stink. It was fantastic.
Good, you're doing great.
All right.
Is it hurting at all? Does anyone have any questions for us? Anyone dying to do this?
You should do it.
Now's the time.
Heat
Well, it's
index-
100 degrees
I'd
out.
say heat index is 105 today. It's a good time to do it. Actually, last week would have been a even better time to do it.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
home stretch.
All right. It's a little more sensitive right there,
That's it. You're
but just
done.
barely.
And so I'll show
All right.
again. She looks perfect. And that's it. Hold some pressure. And I'm
Okay.
gonna clean you off.
That's it. That was what, like 5 minutes, if that. She's good.
All right, so let's just clean off these areas. And so you can see she's got just little tiny pokey marks, sort of where I injected. No bruising, I expect. I'm going to get off all those white marks for her, but all these little tiny things are going to sort of dissipate into her in this axilla area, and then she should start feeling a decrease. Probably, I would say 70% in 4 days, probably. So
Woohoo.
that's really nice. Yeah, so that's good. Let's clean off the other side of the peak. Looks good. No one would know. So today, Nikki, no exercise.
All right.
I would avoid shaving today.
Okay.
Just because you don't want to stimulate it too much. Tomorrow you go back to normal and avoid ibuprofen if you can
All
today,
right.
but not a big deal. And that's it.
We have one question.
Yes.
Kelly asked, she was late to the hearing. What's the maintenance schedule like for this?
I find that it lasts about 6 months. I say don't go by the calendar, go by when you start to see the sweating come back. So some people in some studies have lasted 7 to 9 months. So again, it just depends on your body and how you metabolize it. But I would expect 6 months for sure. It's a good question.
Yes. And we do offer, we're offering right now discounted pricing on the Botox. Like Eve said, this is 100 units, which, gets up there. Our regular price for Botox is $12 per unit. When we do the underarms, we are offering it at $10 per unit. So it's $1,000 for the full treatment, which again is about 6 months of
Right.
dryness, no
Right.
sweating.
$200 savings.
Yeah.
I think. And
Yeah.
brilliant distinction.
Yeah, exactly. If you
Right.
have joint distinctions, you can combine it with that and get
Right.
even better savings.
Very good.
All right.
Yes.
Any other questions coming in?
No.
No?
No.
All right. Well, that is it. I hope you guys learned a little bit, and I will update the Facebook page
Yes.
in a few days when I am deodorantless in 100-degree weather.
We'll put her in full silk so you can see.
We'll zoom in on my pit stains or lack thereof. All right.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.